Today I've got some creative winter decor ideas on a budget. Welcome to the Chic Show. This winter Craft Your Stash playlist is hosted by Tasha at Sunflower Tasha DIYs and co-hosted by Crafting My Best Life. I'll have their channels in the description box below along with the playlist. For the first part of this DIY, I'm going to be making a pom-pom. I would recommend using a pom-pom tool, which they do have at Dollar Tree. Now I'm also using this piece that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and sorry, we are getting rid of jaws there. Now I am going to use this burlap ribbon that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby, I believe, and I'm going to be using this to cover the front of this sign. I traced around the sign so that I knew exactly how to cut the burlap to fit on top, and then I just used some hot glue to attach the burlap to the sign. For this little hat, I'm using some of this fur fabric that I did find at Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to cut it to fit along the bottom part of that hat. Now I'm just going to hot glue that onto the bottom part of the hat and add my pom-pom to the top. This is a very simple project, but I think it packs a punch. I did use a small piece of drop cloth and my stamps, and I stamped the name Frosty onto it, so Frosty has his own merch. The second one is a classic, and it's a great one to start with if you're new to crafting. This is a piece that I got at Walmart in that little dollar spot they have in the front of the store. I took it outside and gave it a coat of spray paint in a flat black, and I'm using this ribbon that I got on sale at Walmart, I believe, or it might have been Dollar Tree. I'm folding it in half because it's a little too wide, so I'm folding it in half and I'm hot gluing the two sides together. This piece would be an easy one to make with just a regular terracotta pot and the saucer that goes underneath. Once I get that ribbon glued together, I'm going to be using this as the band around the snowman hat that we're making here. So I'm just going to place that ribbon around and hot glue it in the back. I cut another strip of the ribbon. This one I'm leaving the regular width because we're going to kind of squish it together to make a bow. So once I get that squished together, and I'm sorry I'm out of frame here, I'm going to tie it together in the center with some jute twine. Now once again, I'm taking another short piece of ribbon and I am folding that in half and gluing it again because this is going to be the tail on our bow. Folded it in half, and now I'm going to hot glue the bow onto the tail. I'm going to use one of these little snowflakes to embellish the middle of the bow, and then I will hot glue the whole piece onto the front of the pot. To embellish it a little bit further and to add a little bit of color, I'm going to be adding some of these greenery pieces and these red berries. I'm going to add in a little Christmas potted plant, and then this project is complete. For this project, I'm using some rub-on transfers from IOD's Kitschy Christmas. And I'm using these coasters from Dollar General that I got half price. I chose a couple of little woodland creatures out of here, and I'm going to be adding these to the coasters once I get them painted. Using Fusion Paint encasement, and I did use a couple of coats to cover up those lines. To add to the background, I am using some of IOD's stamps from this year. I don't remember what it's called, but it's one with all the trees. And I'm going to be stamping with some green ink and also a dark gray ink. I'm going to be layering the ink on top of each other to kind of give it some depth. So I'm starting with the gray ink and I'm stamping on my trees on both coasters. Now I'm going back with my green ink and I'm going to stamp in the same place on top of the gray ink. These ink pads are just some that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Once the background is dry, I'm going to apply the rub-on transfers to the front of the coasters. I did burnish these down with the backing paper as well as some fine grit sandpaper. I also used my finger sander to sand around the edges just a bit to bring back some of that natural wood color that's underneath there. You will also want to seal these with a waterproof sealer. Hope you've enjoyed these winter crafts today. Be sure and check out our host channels and the playlist in the description box below. And here's another video I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.